nearly 8 billion people living on our planet, and it's no surprise that some of them look very different from others.
Yes.
There's individuals who are particularly unique, born with rare conditions or exceptional characteristics that make them more unusual than the rest. Are you new to this channel? Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And before we start, also like the video.
Yay.
They say you got a long tongue when you're way too chatty, but Chanel Taper is the one who literally has a long tongue. This woman is the proud owner of the world's longest tongue, of 3.8 inches or 9.75 centimeters.
Oh my goodness. Did you guys know this? That there are rare people everywhere. Hopefully we all are rare and unique in our own way. I believe we are all rare and unique in our own way. But there are some people that just are strikingly rare, very unique, sometimes catch a stare. Why are we like this as humans? We should just learn to appreciate the rareness of each other. That's what sets us apart. With this tongue right here, I know a lot of guys would like that. Girls too nowadays. Ugh, stop it.
Centimeters. By comparison, it's almost the size of your palm. Her tongue is so long that it resembles the tongue of a lizard, and Chanel first realized it when she was 8 years old. She was shooting Halloween pictures with her mother, and when they stuck out their tongues, she realized hers was bigger than her mother's. As she got older, children started commenting on how big her tongue was, and that was the moment Chanel realized her uniqueness. Most people freaked out when they saw her tongue, but for Chanel, it was always a fun way to amaze people. Catalina and Virginia are the very first albino twins born in Argentina with snow-white hair. The birth of Catalina and Virginia was a rare occurrence, as only 1 in 17,000 people worldwide are born with albinism. Albinism is a genetic condition that affects the production of melanin in the skin, hair, and eyes, resulting in little to no pigmentation. The family often receives stares and...
Alright, based on my readings, that's how Caucasian people were born. That's how they grew. Because from my understanding, everyone came from a black woman. So that means every human being is black. But then if you read the ISIS papers, black people at some point in time were not aware of mulat, and so it's freaked them out. So they would just, put the baby off to the side until all those babies grew into a culture. Anyway, I'll tell you guys about this later. Let's just watch this.
Questions about their unique appearance, but they embrace the differences and share their story to raise awareness about albinism. They hope to increase awareness and promote acceptance of people with this genetic condition. Catalina and Virginia are now 4 years old and have become a sensation on social media due to their beautiful photos and many positive messages. The parents hope to teach their daughters to be proud of who they are and not to let anyone else or their appearance make them feel inferior. Meet Neil Harbisson, the world's first cyborg. This man has a closer connection to technology than anyone else in the world. It all started when he was born and diagnosed with complete color blindness. Although he was not ashamed of his black and white vision, he wanted to understand vision in a different way. By 2004, he invented something that allows him to hear both visible and invisible wavelengths of light. This is thanks to an antenna-like sensor implanted in his head. The antenna translates the wavelengths into vibrations that reflect off of his skull, which he then hears and understands. Today he's known as the world's first official cyborg, part human and part robot. According to Neil himself, humans will increasingly become cyborgs in the future through technology. Would you like to be a cyborg? Let me know in the comments.
No, I don't want to be no cyborg. I wasn't born into being no cyborg. God gave me everything I needed when I was born. Why am I going to change that? Man-made?
What's the longest time you've ever slept? Whatever it is, a woman named Jody Robeson easily surpasses it. Jody hails from the English city of Birmingham and suffers from a severe sleep disorder. She can sleep for up to 11 days in a row.
Wow.
This significantly impacts her life, affecting her ability to work, drive, and maintain relationships. Sleeping for 11 consecutive days is far from normal. Jody has what is known as Klein-Levin syndrome, a rare and poorly understood neurological disorder that mainly affects teenagers and young adults. The condition is so rare that there have been only around 1,000 reported cases worldwide, since it was first described in 1925. People with this condition can become so sleepy that it can last for days, weeks, or even months.
Wow.
Some may sleep up to 20 hours a day, or more, and struggle to stay awake even when out of bed.
That has got to be a rare condition because I thought they call these people narcoleptics. But I guess there's a big difference between narcolepsy and having a sleeping condition. Because I was at a job interview. I used to work as a career advisor. And so we're conducting a group interview. And in the middle of the group interview, this guy just falls out and starts sleeping like this. Like right in the middle of everyone having an intent conversation, he just and I don't know about conditions and nothing. So I was like, what the heck is going on here? Come to find out, he had a medical condition, narcolepsy. Big difference, sleeping condition, narcolepsy. Some people can't sleep, they have insomnia. So it's a lot going on. Then some people just have brain damage. They have to sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep.
Yu Zhenhuan is known for a few things. One is his aspirations to become China's newest rock star. The second is the fact that his hair covers a total of 96% of his body. Almost every inch of his body. Despite this,
I'm not trying to be funny, but I heard Armenian people are hairy. I wonder if they top his hairiness.
Yu has a positive perspective on life. Born in the Chinese city of Shenyang, he was often bullied, laughed at, and called a caveman as a child. Nowadays, he embraces his unique appearance. However, his appearance comes at a price. The extra amount of hair impedes his hearing and other parts of his body. He had to undergo a total of 5 surgeries. Believe it or not, Kenneth Brumley was once a talented athlete. That is, before things escalated until he became the world's heaviest man. What happened, you may ask? As a young man, he couldn't get enough of fast food, and he became accustomed to consuming more than 30,000 calories a day. This is the equivalent to...
I have to stop right here because that fast food is not meant to nourish your body. It's not meant to nourish your mind. There's little to no nutrients and vitamins in fast food. It's processed. It's junk. America doesn't care about your health like they claim they do. Otherwise, they would put a stop to these franchises building food that's not genetically made for your body. Okay? I don't understand why we don't have farms and growing fresh fruits and vegetables. Other countries care about human beings' health, and America just doesn't. So let's just listen to this crap.
...to what an average man eats in 2 weeks. A documentary showed the moment when firefighters literally had to tear down the walls of his house to save him. At that point, his bed broke down under his weight, and he could no longer support his own body.
On some level, we have to hold people accountable. Like, we have to hold that man accountable for letting himself get to that point. There should be no reason why you should let yourself go like that. I mean, the first person that should care is you. Seek help.
At the hospital, they estimated his weight at an incredible 1,032 pounds, or 468 kilograms. Fortunately, he's doing much better these days. Although he has more or less disappeared from the public eye, he has since lost most of his weight. Tina Hyatt Earls made headlines after making the decision to have her nose removed instead of undergoing radiation therapy. In her blog, Tina explained that she was diagnosed with stage 3 nasal cancer in 2014. She was advised to undergo radiation therapy, which would cause damage to her skin, nasal system, and teeth. Instead, she made the difficult decision to have her nose...
I know this is so wrong, but she almost reminded me of Michael Jackson because his nose looked like it was about to fall off at some point too. But anyway, I digress.
...removed. Tina publicly shared her story to raise awareness about the dangers of the disease and to help others that may be struggling with the same diagnosis.
I'd love
She
to
became
know.
somewhat of a celebrity and has appeared in many news articles and TV shows. Tina's actively advocated for early detection and encourages others to seek medical help if they experience symptoms such as difficulty breathing, nosebleeds, chronic sinus infections, or the presence of bumps that some doctors might dismiss as unimportant. The world is turned upside down for a woman named Bohana Danilovic. Her eyes might see images correctly, but her brain changes them. Her brain causes her to literally see everything upside down. The name of her unique condition is spatial orientation phenomenon. Other people around the world have reported similar things before, but they affect their writing more than their reading. If the woman wants to be able to read something correctly, she must read it from bottom to top. She works at a municipality in Usis, in Serbia, and Montenegro, where they have made special forms for her. At her home, she has a television that is upside down. Bohana admits these changes may look strange to others, but to her, this is the norm. Can you imagine having to read everything upside down? Have you ever heard of
I think that's pretty cool. That is definitely a rare human being right there.
the American actor Mark Wahlberg? You may know him from several movies like Ted. But did you know that the actor has a third nipple? This information was revealed during a talk show when Mark suddenly told this to Will Ferrell. Marks also said that he's never made it a point to show it. Since that moment, the whole world has come to know his secret. If you look at Mahogany Geeter's upper body, there's nothing wrong with it. However, her left leg, which adds a total of 99 pounds, or 45 kilograms to her body weight, is much larger than the other. The woman is from Knoxville, Tennessee, in the United States. In this condition, fluid collects in the soft tissue of one's body, causing abnormal swelling. Her family noticed something was wrong at birth, and doctors told her that her footprints were different as a baby. Mahogany's leg had gotten bigger because of all the excess fluid building up in it. Although it would not be curable, it can be alleviated through physical therapy and lymphatic drainage massages. The woman says that most of the time her leg does not hurt her, but that it's mainly the weight that bothers her, as it does take a lot of energy to move around. Nowadays, she dedicated her life to spreading body positivity. Some people are fine with not taking a bath or shower for a few days, or even a week. Other people consider this to be gross. Meet an 87-year-old man named Amu Haji, who lives in the Iranian desert and has been called the dirtiest man in the world. It's not that this man hasn't bathed or showered for a few days or weeks, but he hasn't bathed for 60 years. Although he spends most of his time in the desert, he can also be seen sleeping in dens or on the outskirts of villages or under some stone cabins. When he's hungry, he eats rotting animal flesh, and his favorite meal would be a porcupine. Furthermore, he drinks more than 5 liters of water per day from his rusty tin jug, and sometimes he also smokes cigarettes, which he gets from villagers. If he can't get them, he resorts to smoking animal droppings. According to Amu, he hates taking baths because he's afraid of getting sick if he does. Joy and Joyce were born as conjoined twins in Nigeria in 2021. After their birth, they were taken to a hospital in Lagos for further evaluation. Due to their complicated condition, it quickly became apparent that they would require a highly specialized operation to be separated. In response, volunteers from the Healing Little Hearts charity organization became involved in their case. They worked with other medical organizations to fund an operation so the twins could be separated at the hospital in London. The mission was considered highly challenging due to the extreme complexity of their medical condition. The operation to separate Joy and Joyce took place in June 2022. It was successfully completed by a team of 100 medical professionals who worked for 18 consecutive hours to complete the procedure. The team included numerous specialists, including pediatricians and surgeons, who worked together to ensure that the operation went smoothly. Their separation was considered a groundbreaking achievement in the medical world and provides hope for other families with similar cases. Stephen Ludwig is a 22-year-old boy who graduated from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. He was born with a rare bone disease called Maffucci syndrome, which affects the growth of bones and cartilage. Doctors diagnosed the condition as debilitating and thought he would never have the strength to walk without assistance, let alone engage in sports. At the age of 7, Stephen received a rare diagnosis with a survival chance of only 11%.
It sounds like a condition called rheumatoid arthritis.
After undergoing numerous failed chemotherapy treatments, his brother Jacob's bone marrow transplant proved to be a perfect match, saving his life. During his hospital stay, Stephen used his Make-A-Wish to fly to Las Vegas and attend the 2007 NBA All-Star Game to meet his idol, Kobe Bryant. Stephen and Kobe instantly hit it off, and the basketball player even challenged Stephen to pass to his then teammate Shaquille O'Neal. This experience changed Stephen's life and inspired him to overcome his illness and pursue his dream of playing sports. Despite battling countless other infections, Stephen has defied all expectations and participated in other sports such as tennis, golf, swimming, soccer, and snowboarding. Myrtle Corbin was one of the greatest living miracles because this woman had 4 legs. In addition to having 4 legs, she married and gave birth to no less than 8 children. Her medical condition was called dipegus, and doctors at the time assumed that the 2 extra legs came from her twins. Myrtle was only 13 years old when she became famous. Adam and Neil Pearson are identical twins born in England in 1984. Despite their genetic similarity, the brothers look very different. Neil has a rare condition called neurofibromatosis type 1, also known as NF1, which makes him look different. As a result, Neil's face is asymmetrical and he has reduced hearing in one ear. In contrast, Adam does not have NF1 and has a more typical appearance for identical twins. In interviews, the Pearson brothers have spoken about their experiences growing up with NF1 and how it has impacted their lives in different ways. While Neil has dealt with bullying and discrimination due to his appearance, Adam has had a more typical experience growing up. Nevertheless, the brothers are closely connected and have developed a strong bond through their shared experiences. In addition to raising awareness about NF1, the Pearson brothers have also appeared in documentaries and TV shows, emphasizing the importance of inclusivity and acceptance for all individuals, regardless of their appearance.
I think that we should not shy away from accepting people that are born with rare conditions, because that just means they're special. Like, God made them perfect in their own way. And there's no norm of what a person should be or should not be. They made it through something called life. So we must honor that and accept it. Like, I love it. I think I'm going to end my video here. We need lots of parts to this video because it's good. We have to educate each other. Hey.